Hi there, I'm Andrea Garvey and welcome to the Creative Spark. Every week, I'm going to share a simple 10-minute practice to help you return your sketchbook or your art journal and make space for creativity in your everyday life. I hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you in the studio. My favorite sketching technique, or one of my top favorite sketching techniques, is definitely the contour drawing. So here I take you through a video of doing a fast one and a slow one and the benefits of both. So I hope you really like it. We're going to be using this photo that I took in France and creating some beautiful roses together. Okay, I'm going to show you one of my favorite sketches to do, which is a contour sketch. I'm going to do one that's fast, and then I'm going to do one that's slow. Now, the fast is the one that I usually do all the time, but the slow one can really teach you some things too about some of what you see and some really cool lines. So I just have a piece of smooth Fabriano paper right here, which is kind of nice. It's smooth. It is, I also have a Pitt pen. This is a medium, so it's a little bit thicker than my microns. You can get thicker microns, but I usually use an 05 or an 03, but I wanted you to see what I was doing. Now, I don't have a timer right in front of me, but I kind of know like how fast things take. So I'm going to do the contour sketch the way I would in my sketchbook. Then I'm going to do one slowing down. So this is a photograph of when I was in France of these beautiful roses. And sometimes a photograph's a little easier for you watching on YouTube or on my videos than it is a real flower because it's a little harder to see sometimes. So I thought this would be great because we are both looking at the same thing. To get started, I am just going to pick a spot on this page and start working on this one rose. Now this is going to be a fast one. The contour sketch, whoopsies, paper's all over the place. A contour sketch is going to be where my pen never comes off the page. And this should be, let's say, a minute. So maybe I need to stop talking so I can get this one done. And what I'm doing is I'm really just looking at my photograph and looking at the lines, looking at the composition, and just trying to get like the shapes. But also what it does is it loosens you up. And it's more like a loose scribble sometimes, but I love, love, love contour drawings. You can use them in so many different things. They can become really cool things for your art journal, but also for me, they're just really great practices, especially when I don't have a ton of time. And I'm going to call that one done. So that's what I would call a fast contour sketch. Now, when I'm working in my sketchbooks are little and I'm just whipping these things out when I see something, whatever, if I'm traveling and I want to get a really good quick sketch, I'll often go to contour sketches. But what I really like about it is it loosens you up. You're really looking at your subject matter and your pen just always stays on the page. And I just love that kind of feeling of this flowing constantly. But I also want to show you one where I'm going to slow things down a little bit. And I'm going to draw this contour, which means my continuous line, and I'm not going to lift it off the page, but I'm also not going to try and do it quickly. I'm going to really be mindful and really look at these flowers and try to do a good job. I'm a little worried about my pen. I want to make sure it's got enough ink in it. I think I might have to switch it to this micron. There's nothing wrong with the Pitt at all. I just think this is an older marker. I don't want to give that a bad name. Okay, so same paper, same idea, but I'm just gonna slow things down a little bit and we'll see how long my hand can do this for. Sometimes I stop only because my hand's starting to hurt. I have a little arthritis. So I'm doing the same thing. I am just not trying to draw a perfect rose here. I am just looking and drawing this in one line. That's the whole idea. But when you slow down, you're just a little bit more mindful with your lines and you have a little bit longer to look at your subject. So I'm just really looking at this rose. If I missed something, you can drag your pen back to where you've missed something, and you just want to keep it on the page the whole time. So I'm going to try and get some of these leaves. Sometimes I just go over my lines like that. And now I'm going to go to this next rose. Now I'm not starting in the middle because I'm just following my pen down. So it can be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to go right to where that center point is. And then I'm going to continue to go around. This rose that I'm doing right now is kind of looking down anyway. I think there was a lot of rain that day, so they were heavy. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep on following the lines. The practice of contour sketches also gets rid of that idea that everything has to be this perfect drawing when you sketch, because it certainly does not at all. At all. And if you really like the contours too, I do a few of them in my free sketchbook class that I think we'll link that in the description. That's really fun. If you haven't done that, you might like to check that out, especially if you're trying to keep up a sketchbook habit. I talk all about the reasons of how great sketching is, and it's definitely my favorite thing to do. I do that every day. And so I'm running out of a little room here, but I'm going to try and still keep looking. Now, I'm not done. I'm just trying to get this last rose in here. This one's got a little bit more heavy water on it. Now I'm going to hold my pen without lifting it up. I was just checking on my time. Make sure we're not going over. And I'm going to go back in and add some more leaves because my hand feels pretty good. So you can go back, and let's say you want to go back into the middle and do some more detail, maybe some even more lines. You just keep that pen moving the whole time. You could even do a little bit of shading if you wanted to. Now, if your hand hurts at any time and you want to do this little exercise, just hold it like that. You can just stop it whenever you want. And I'm sort of at the point where I feel like I'm done with it. I've finished it, and I like it. And so I want to just talk about the two together. So we have our reference. So you can do real photos. You can do photos, you can do flowers, you can do whatever you want to contour. Sometimes I contour just people, just little scribbles all the time. But I want to just talk about the differences really quickly. So I've got my 1 minute, really quick, but I have the shapes, and that's what I really want to get across when I'm sketching contours. Is like, where are my shapes? How much are they taking up? And really noticing things. Like, I'm noticing all these details, even if I'm sketching this really fast and I'm contouring it really fast, I'm still noticing all of that stuff. And that's really important to build a practice, is to just notice differently. And you will start to notice more and more if you do these little quick sketches, I promise. So all you have to ever do is a 1-minute sketch, and that's perfect. But if you had more time and you thought it was really fun, like I do, then I just keep going until I feel like I'm done with my hand and I've done it enough. But I also want you to know that these things would be great, like cut up in collages. The difference is this one's looser, obviously, than this one. But then I have more details in here. I was able to go in with some really squiggly lines and bring out the leaves. I was able to go in and get the centers a little bit better. And it's just a little bit more of a pop. It's funny because this was done with a thinner marker, thinner one than this. Not too much. I guess they're very similar. This was an 05, by the way, if I didn't mention that. So I hope you liked it. I hope you thought this was fun. I'd love to know in the comments if you like contour sketching. Let me know if you like doing the minute or if you like doing the 5-minute. And then I'm thinking this was 5 minutes-ish. And then try it this week in your sketchbook and let me know what you think. And I usually use something live in front of me, but I thought it would be easier for everybody to use a photo reference. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.